Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. We're all about helping you, our fellow American retirees, make smart choices about gold IRAs.
Yeah,
I mean, those golden years should be golden, right?
absolutely.
So today we're going to do a deep dive into Regal assets
Okay,
using a detailed review from Gold IRA Blueprint.
great.
If you haven't already, grab their free checklist at goldirablueprint.com for Metsclusive.
Yes.
Super helpful as we go through all this stuff. I mean, you'll find it has tips for choosing the right gold IRA company, which can feel overwhelming with all the options out there.
Absolutely. Having a guide like that checklist can make a huge difference in feeling confident about your choices.
Okay, so let's get into it. Regal Assets, what's the deal? What are they all about?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, Regal Assets is an investment firm
Okay,
that specializes in alternative assets with a primary focus on precious metals like gold and silver.
got it.
What makes them interesting, especially for retirees, is that they work with major banks
Oh,
for custodial services, which adds that extra layer of trust and security that many people look for when it comes to their retirement funds.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You definitely want to know your nest egg is in good hands.
Yeah.
Why choose Regal Assets specifically? What makes them stand out from all the others?
That's a good question. What's fascinating about Regal Assets is their focus on three key factors:
Okay,
transparency, communication, and navigating market volatility.
I can see why those would be important, especially that communication piece, feeling like you're in the loop and understand what's happening with your investments.
Exactly. And that's where Regal Assets gets a lot of praise from their clients. They're known for explaining things clearly and keeping their clients informed, which builds trust and fosters that sense of security.
Okay, but everyone says they have great communication, right? What's the brief?
Well, if we look at their track record, Regal Assets consistently receives high marks for customer satisfaction, and transparency is a recurring theme in their reviews. Plus, they have endorsements from some well-known figures like Dennis Miller and Laura Ingraham, which, regardless of your opinion on them, speaks to their reputation and reach within the financial world.
That's an interesting point. Celebrity endorsements definitely catch your attention.
Yeah,
But let's talk about the tangible benefits for investors.
sure.
What are some of the key advantages of investing with Regal assets?
One of the standout benefits is the diverse range of assets they offer.
Okay.
It's not just a one-trick pony with gold. You'll find they offer a range of assets beyond just gold, like platinum,
Uh,
which is rarer and often used in technology, making its price less tied to economic factors than gold.
Interesting.
They also provide personalized advice to tailor your investment strategy to your retirement goals and have a strong reputation for excellent customer service,
Hmm.
which, let's be honest, is a breath of fresh air in any industry.
I agree. Good customer service can make all the difference, especially when it comes to something as important as your retirement savings.
Right.
But let's talk about fees for a minute, because that's always a concern for investors.
Yeah.
Are Regal assets fees reasonable?
Fees are an unavoidable part of investing, but Regal Assets is upfront about theirs. They have set up fees, transaction fees for buying and selling, and management fees, which are all standard in the industry. What's important here is that they don't hide anything and have a transparent refund process, which speaks to their commitment to fairness and customer satisfaction.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Speaking of options, I noticed that Regal Assets offers different types of accounts. Can you walk us through those?
Of course, they offer traditional IRAs, which are pretty standard,
Yeah.
but they also have options for 401k rollovers if you're transitioning from a previous employer. What's interesting for retirees is that they also cater to self-employed folks and small business owners,
Yeah.
with SEP IRAs, which have higher contribution limits, and simple IRAs, which are well simpler to manage.
So they've got options depending on your work history and how you want to structure your retirement savings.
Exactly.
But going back to those investment options, I was intrigued by the mention of cryptocurrency IRAs.
Uh-huh.
That's a pretty cutting-edge concept, isn't it?
It is. It reflects the growing interest in cryptocurrency as an investment, even among retirees.
That surprises me a bit. I always thought of cryptocurrency as a young person's game, not necessarily something for retirement planning. Is it really a good fit?
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, cryptocurrency in an IRA.
Okay.
This is a hot topic with potential for high growth, but also significant volatility. How do you feel about incorporating something like Bitcoin into your retirement strategy? What level of risk are you comfortable with?
That's a great question to consider. It's definitely a different boost than gold or silver. Before we dive into that, I want to remind our listeners about that free checklist from Gold IRA Blueprint. You can find it at goldirblueprint.com, course exclusive. It's packed with tips for choosing a gold IRA company. And it might help you think through your options as we discuss cryptocurrency, other investment choices.
It definitely warrants careful consideration. Cryptocurrency's potential for high returns is alluring, but it's crucial to understand the risks involved. Its value can fluctuate dramatically, making it a more volatile option than traditional assets like precious metals.
So it's not for the faint of heart, but I guess that's where diversification comes in, right? Having a mix of assets to balance out the risk.
Exactly. A well-diversified portfolio is key to managing risk and maximizing your chances of success. Regal Assets understands this and offers a variety of options to help you create a portfolio that aligns with your risk tolerance and retirement goals.
That's reassuring. Speaking of different options, let's go back to the precious metals themselves. I know gold and silver are the big players, but they also offer platinum, palladium, right? What's the deal with those?
Good point. While gold often gets the spotlight, it's important to remember that there's a whole world of precious metals out there. Platinum, for example, is even rarer than gold and has a wide range of industrial applications, particularly in technology and clean energy. This makes its price less sensitive to economic downturns compared to gold, which is often seen as a safe haven asset.
So platinum might be a good choice for someone who's a bit more risk-averse, while silver, with its higher volatility, could be attractive for those seeking higher potential returns, even if it means riding out some market fluctuations. What are your thoughts on that for your portfolio?
That's a great way to think about it. It all comes down to your individual circumstances and your comfort level with risk. Regal Assets can help you assess those factors and determine which precious metals and in what proportions are the best fit for your retirement portfolio.
That personalized guidance is definitely valuable, but let's say someone decides to go for it, whether it's gold, silver, or even a combination of precious metals.
Yeah.
What's the process like with Regal Assets? Is it complicated?
You might be surprised to hear that it's actually a very streamlined process. It starts with a consultation with an account representative who will take the time to understand your needs and goals. Then they'll guide you through the secure transaction process. And finally, they'll handle the delivery of your precious metals to your chosen depository.
That sounds pretty painless, but hold on. Depositories, are we talking about like Fort Knox level security here?
Security is paramount when it comes to storing precious metals. Regal Assets partners with reputable depositories that meet the highest industry standards. These facilities are equipped with state-of-the-art security systems, including surveillance alarms and secure vaults to protect your investments from theft damage or any unforeseen events.
So you can rest assured that your precious metals are safe and sound. But what if you need to access them? Life throws curveballs sometimes, and you might need to tap into your retirement savings. Is that possible with a precious metals IRA?
Absolutely. You have full control over your assets. You can choose to take physical possession of your precious metals, sell them back to Regal Assets, or even have them transferred to a different depository. They make the process as smooth and transparent as possible so you're not stuck in a rigid system.
Okay, that's good to know. Flexibility is definitely important, but let's circle back to those cryptocurrency IRAs for a minute. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that concept. How does it even work?
It's a relatively new development in the retirement planning landscape, but it's gaining traction as more people become interested in digital assets. Essentially, a cryptocurrency IRA allows you to hold cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum within a tax-advantaged retirement account, just like you would with traditional assets like stocks or precious metals.
So it's a way to potentially capitalize on the growth of the cryptocurrency market while still enjoying the benefits of a retirement account. It's pretty intriguing, but is it right for everyone?
That's the key question. Cryptocurrency is a high-risk, high-reward asset class. It has the potential for significant gains, but it also comes with inherent volatility. It's crucial to assess your risk tolerance and investment goals before diving into cryptocurrency, even within the context of a retirement account.
That makes sense. It's not something to jump into blindly. What advice would you give to retirees who are curious about cryptocurrency but hesitant to take the plunge?
If you're intrigued by cryptocurrency but unsure about incorporating it into your retirement portfolio, it's essential to do your research and consult with a financial advisor who specializes in digital assets. They can help you understand the intricacies of cryptocurrency investing, assess your risk tolerance, and guide you on whether it's a suitable addition to your retirement strategy.
Sound advice.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to pause for a moment and remind our listeners about that free checklist from Gold IRA Blueprint if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all these options. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, cryptocurrency. This checklist can help. It's a great way to organize your thoughts, compare different companies, and make sure you're asking the right questions. You can find it at goldirablueprint.com/Lurs.
It's a fantastic resource, yeah, especially when you're, dealing with all this stuff.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about Regal assets, their strengths, the range of investment options they offer, even dipped our toes into the exciting world of cryptocurrency IRAs. As we wrap up this deep dive, what are some key takeaways for our listeners?
I think the biggest takeaway is that Regal Assets is a reputable company with a solid track record in the precious metals IRA space. They
Right.
prioritize transparency and communication, which is crucial for building trust, and they offer a diverse selection of investment options to cater to different needs and risk tolerances.
They definitely seem to tick a lot of boxes. But even with a company as seemingly solid as Regal Assets, it's still important to do your due diligence, right?
Oh, absolutely. You should always research any company you're considering and trusting with your retirement funds. Read reviews from other customers, compare fees across different providers, and make sure their offerings align with your individual needs and goals. Don't be afraid to ask questions and get a feel for their customer service. It can tell you a lot about how they'll treat you as a client.
That's such a good point. A company can have the best products in the world, but if their customer service is terrible, it's just not worth the hassle.
Exactly. Especially when it comes to something as important as your retirement savings. You want to work with a company that makes you feel comfortable, informed, and confident in your decisions.
So as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question. With so many investment options available today, how do you prioritize your needs and values when planning for retirement? What are the guiding principles that help you make those big decisions?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's one that each individual needs to answer for themselves. It's not just about chasing returns or jumping on the latest investment trend. It's about taking a step back and asking yourself, what do I truly value? Do you prioritize stability and peace of mind? Are you willing to embrace a bit more risk for the potential of higher growth? Do you have strong feelings about sustainability and ethical investing?
Those are great questions to reflect on, and it's not just about your investments either. It's about designing a retirement that aligns with your aspirations and values, whatever those may be.
Exactly. Retirement should be a time to savor the fruits of your labor, pursue those passions you may have put on hold, and spend quality time with loved ones. Your financial strategy should be a tool to help you achieve that vision, not a source of stress or anxiety.
Well said. And on that inspiring note, we'll wrap up this episode of the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. We hope this deep dive into Regal assets has provided you with valuable insights and food for thought as you navigate the world of precious metals IRAs.
Don't forget to grab that free checklist at goldoroblueprint.com/exclusive. It's packed with helpful tips and can make the process of choosing a gold IRA company much less daunting.
And remember, retirement is a journey, not a destination. So take your time, do your research, and make choices that empower you to live your best life in those golden years. Until next time, happy